Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Jason, Certified Financial Planner and host of Fighting Words Financial. Today we're going to talk about Social Security survivor benefits, who is eligible, and what do I do first. Now, guys, this is a complex topic, and today I'm going to cover the basics and sort of the first steps in claiming your survivorship benefits. In later videos, I'm going to cover the benefits in specific situations and some strategies that might be available to you. If you have a loved one who's passed away, it's important to know how your spouse earns Social Security survivor benefits for you. Any Social Security covered worker earns credits that qualifies his or her spouse for the survivor's benefit. A worker can earn a maximum of 4 credits per year. In 2020, for example, your spouse can earn 1 credit for each $1,410 of wages or self-employment income. When your spouse has earned $5,640, they've earned their 4 credits for the year. It's important to note that no one needs more than 40 credits or 10 years worth of work in order to be eligible for any Social Security benefit. But the younger a person is when they pass, the fewer credits they must have for family members to receive survivor's benefits. Before I get into the subject of who is eligible, it's important to note that survivor benefits will be paid to the worker's children or to the surviving spouse caring for the worker's children, even if that worker does not have enough credits to qualify. They can get benefits as long as the worker has 1.5 years of work or 6 credits in the 3 years immediately preceding their death. Each person's situation is different, and you definitely need to talk to a Social Security claims representative about your choices. I'll post the phone number in the comments below, as well as in this video. Now let's talk about who is eligible to receive benefits. Certain family members may be eligible to receive a monthly Social Security survivor's benefit. Those include a widow or widower who is age 60 or older. That person, age 50 or older, if they're disabled, may also be eligible to receive a Social Security survivor's benefit. A surviving divorced spouse, under certain circumstances, is eligible to receive that survivor's benefit. A widow or widower at any age who is caring for the deceased child who is under the age of 16 or disabled and receiving benefits on their record. An unmarried child of the deceased worker who is younger than age 18 or up to 19 if they're a full-time student in a secondary school, or age 18 or older with a disability that began before age 22. Are other family members eligible to receive survivor benefits? Well, the answer to that question is yes. Under certain circumstances, the following family members may be eligible: a stepchild, grandchild, step-grandchild, or an adopted child. Also, parents age 62 or older who are dependent on the deceased for half of their financial support. So if the worker claimed you as a dependent and you're their parent, then you might be eligible for that Social Security survivor's benefit. All right, folks, let's talk about the first step. The first step in claiming your Social Security survivor's benefit is reporting your spouse's death to the Social Security Administration. The Social Security Administration should be notified as soon as possible when a person dies. However, you can't report a death or apply for survivor's benefits online. Now, in most cases, the funeral home where your loved one's body is prepared is going to report the death to the Social Security Administration. You should give the funeral home the deceased person's Social Security number if you want them to make that report. Now, reporting that death is not the same thing as applying for Social Security survivor's benefits, and you're going to need to call and speak to a Social Security representative at some point or make an appointment to visit your local office. Once again, here's that number to call. Do yourself a favor and keep this in mind, because if you forget, it's going to cause you some unnecessary stress later on. If the deceased loved one was receiving Social Security benefits, you must return the benefit received for the month of death and any later months. For example, if the person died in July, you must return the benefits paid in August. How do you return the benefits depends on how the deceased was receiving those benefits. For funds received by direct deposit, contact the bank or other financial institution where they were being deposited and request that any funds received for the month of death or later be returned to the Social Security Administration. Benefits received by check need to be returned to the Social Security Administration as soon as possible. Don't cash any checks received for the month in which the person died or later. Immediately after you report the death, there's going to be a check cut to you, the surviving spouse. A one-time lump sum payment of $225 can be paid to the surviving spouse if he or she was living with the deceased, or if they were living apart and the surviving spouse was receiving benefits on the deceased's record. If there is no surviving spouse, that lump sum $255 payment is going to be made to a child who is eligible for benefits on the deceased's record in the month of death. Folks, stay tuned for part 2 on this subject when we get into benefits that are specific to widows and widowers and to divorced spouses. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day.